Ooh, man, what a day. What up, good people? We get ready to start the show. Make sure you guys tune in to 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio. Once this bumper is over, then we're gonna start the show. It's about another 3 minutes left before we start. Hope everybody's doing okay. It's been a long time, man, since we did this. I don't even know. Did we do one this year? I don't know. I can't remember. But if we haven't, Happy New Year. It's been a long time, man, since we was able to do this. Got a lot of information to cover with our members. Again, that's 92.9 FM. Or you can watch on Facebook Live. Either or. Hope everybody's doing and having a good day. Hey, Miss Lisa, how you doing? What's up, Jermaine? Kyle, what's going on? Brother Moore, how you doing? Doing good, sis. Just busy. We haven't been able to do the show in a while, so I wanted to do a lot of the members been asking, hey, Hooker, man, when you going to do the show? When you going to do the show? So we're going to try to get one done today. I think this might be the first one of this year that we've done, but it's a good time to do it. There's a lot of things going on. Want to address some concerns people may have before it gets out of control. So yeah, this bumper will be done in about 2 minutes. So in 2 minutes, we're going to start the show. Two minutes. What up, Zolly? What's happening, man? How y'all making out? In about 2 minutes, we're going to start the show. Make sure everybody's tuning in. 92.9 FM, or you can watch it on Facebook Live. In about a minute here, we're going to start until this radio bumper. It's about a minute left on it. Then we're going to start. It's good to see everybody tuning in on Facebook Live. Hopefully we get our package car drivers and people over the road that's here to tune in to 92.9 FM. South Philadelphia Community Radio. All right, Joey, what's happening, man? Hope everything working out for you down there, man. What up, John? In about 20 seconds.
Wearing a mask helps prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Oh, well, we got the vaccine concerns. Got a lot of confusion. Some other things going on that I got to address. I was trying to get away from it, but I got to. Some things that the locals planning on doing in the future. What else we got? The 9-5 stuff is back up and popping. Penalty grievances we got to talk about. All right, good people. You're listening to 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio. We're giving you another edition of the 623 Radio Show. Thank you guys for tuning in. You could have been anywhere and everywhere, but you decided to spend just a little bit of your time listening to this country boy from Belhaven, North Carolina, talk about unions. So before we get started, I just want to have a moment of silence for our deceased members that we have in our local. We have Gwen Hopkins Pruitt. Her father passed away about a couple of weeks ago. And I know we had some other members that lost loved ones. And we even had one of our own members, Derek Hardaway. He passed away this year. And since this being the first show, I believe, this year, just want to have a moment of silence for all of our members that lost loved ones, and also our members that's going through COVID, lost loved ones due to COVID, and just there's a lot of hurt and pain that's going on in the world, and so we just want to have a moment of silence and just collect our thoughts and prayers as we send toward our lost in our members. All right, good people. Again, thank you for tuning in to South Philadelphia Community Radio, WOOM 92.9, giving you another special edition of the 623 show. Thank you guys again for allowing us this opportunity to serve you in this capacity. Man, we really appreciate it. So yesterday I was on a call with the company, the COVID call that we have every Tuesday at noon. And some talk was about the vaccine and, our members getting the vaccine, because I hear you guys and I see it all over the country, especially on social media. And these are some valid points, very valid points. If our members are responsible for delivering the vaccine, shouldn't they be near the top in line to getting the vaccine? And I agree with that. It makes no sense for the people who deliver it not to be able to be protected, when they are delivering it. You know what I mean? And it makes no sense to me why this hasn't happened yet. But the company is pushing for you guys to get it, move up in line to get it. I mean, nothing is edged in stone yet, but I will say that there is conversations and talks about UPS, trying to get the members up that list. Because right now, I believe we are 1C. But I think the company is waiting for the governors of these states to actually say that, hey, logistical employees deserve to be higher up than just the 1C. And it looks like UPS will participate in getting that done, which is good on their part. And I for one, appreciate them for, using their prestige and their company's resources to make this happen. Hasn't happened yet. I'm not saying it's not, but at least they're talking about it, making it happen. So that's good. All right. So I want to touch on the vaccine. So another thing that is troubling is the politics of what's going on. So as you guys know, I don't like politics. But what I really hate the most is unprincipled politics. It's one thing to be political if you have valid principles on why you're doing the things you're doing or saying the things you're saying. The problem is when it's false, slander, unprincipled, and you just saying whatever just to get whatever votes or whatever. And I want to say I really appreciate and I thank the members of 623 who have been able to see through all of this foolishness that you have been seeing over the last week or so. And I appreciate the calls and the text messages and the Facebook messages. It means a lot to especially to me and the rest of our staff. And we appreciate it. But there are some things I do have to address. I was talking to one of my predecessors yesterday, And he was saying that, hey, Hooker, man, you know, the optics, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good that you guys with the board seems to be divided. And then I was talking to another member, and there's confusion. Now, I wasn't going to address, and I'm not going to address what was said, the negativity, the slander. I'm not, you guys know me. We're not going to deal with that. The problem is I do have to address it because certain parts of it, because people are confused because, hey, man, why are you guys running against each other? Like, what's going on? That's the part I do have to address, because what I don't want to happen is that confusion to turn into, well, I'm just not voting, or that confusion turn into division. And then we all know what happens when the union becomes divided. The company wins. And that's the one thing that we just cannot happen. We cannot have the company to win. You know, it's hard enough to fight them when you're supposed to be all together. But when there's division in the ranks, it becomes almost impossible. So that's the one thing I will address. All the slander, all the negativity, I could care less. I mean, if you guys know me, you know I care less about what people say about me or anything. I just don't care, because I have a job to do, and I was elected to do that job, and we have been doing that job. So that part I could care less about. The problem I do have to address is when it becomes confusion, then that turns into division, and then I have a bigger problem than just the negativity, the slander. So I'll just say this. A lot of people don't understand how these things are structured. So I'll say this. So when we got elected, right, the principal officer, he or she has to make decisions based on the vision and the plan that they want to take the membership to. As you guys know, well or know, for the previous almost 2 decades, we've been stagnant. There hasn't been a lot of transparency. There hasn't been a lot of movement by the members, not a lot of engagement. You know, for whatever reason, you know, we're not going to slander those guys either. You know, for whatever reason, that didn't happen. So when we took office, we wanted to change all that. The number one thing that we wanted to be is transparent, because we knew that in order to gain the members' trust, that we had to be more transparent than ever before. Because it's just my belief, the more transparent you are, the more trust you'll be able to gain. You know, things still will happen. You know, everything's not going to be right, but at least the members know everything that's going on. So when, you know, we don't win at panel, so when things don't happen the way that we think or the members think, it's not like the members are blindsided by misinformation. Because you guys know, I'm telling you guys know everything that's going on with your local. That's one of the things why we wanted to get that app. So when boom, something happened, boom, it comes right to your phone. Boom, it goes right to the website. Boom, we hit social media or whatever the case may be, or we'll tell you when we're in the buildings. Because we want you guys to know everything that's going on with your local. It's your money. It's your local. You guys own 623. It doesn't belong to me or anybody on the e-board or the staff. Local 623 is owned by the members. And we're trying to put that idea into each of our members' mind that, hey, this is my union. This is what my money pays for every single week. And we're trying to get that mindset into everybody. So when people are confused, then I do have to address it. So people understand, well, Hooker, man, what happened? Why are you guys running against each other? Man, we voted. It doesn't look good. And I get it. I get the optics. Man, I understand it. And listen, I'm glad you guys are paying attention to what's going on, because that's why we need you guys to vote. It's very, very important that you vote, because you guys know what's going on. All right. Now, listen. When things go bad in the local, there's only one person who's going to bear the whole blame. And you're looking at him right now on his Facebook Live. When things go bad, nobody in this local will have to pay for it. But I will. If I make the wrong decision, if I make the wrong move, it's going to put you and your families at risk. And I cannot let that happen. I just can't happen. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. Will I make mistakes? I'm pretty sure I've made a whole bunch of them. But the one thing that I cannot make a mistake on is where we're trying to take this local. I can't make a mistake in that. When certain things show their head and I don't act right away, I put you and your family at risk. And we all know what happens when a leader makes the wrong decision or when they allow certain things to happen over and over and over again. I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people don't know. When we got elected in November, you guys know in the 2 weeks in December before we took office in January 1 of 2020, for those 2 weeks, me and Shanahan were hip to hip. He was showing me some things about how the local was ran and this, and this. And that's one thing he told me. He said, don't make the same mistake that I made by keeping people on the board longer than you should have. All right. He told me that. He told me, and I agree. And I seen it, and it was happening right before my eyes. So I had to make a decision. What do you do? Now, of course, you hear the stories that I did this. Listen, guys, you guys know me. I'm an open book. I'm not going to do anything to hurt anybody purposefully or because, you know, I think this union belongs to me, because it does. It belongs to you guys. But you guys elected me to make the right decision all of the time. Some decisions I'm not going to make right all the time, and I know that. But again, there's some things that I have to do to make sure that we continue to move up. Because right now we're moving up. Everybody knows it. Whether you like it or not, this local is moving to new heights. We're gaining things. We're getting ready to gain 2 new barns of 2 new groups of workers want to join 623. They want to be a part of what we're doing here because of the heights that we're taking the local. All right. Now, to get back to the confusion stuff, you guys don't have to be confused. I get what the ballot looks like. I understand all that. Listen, I can't tell you who to vote for, especially now on 1 o'clock. I cannot tell you this. I can't tell you that. But don't be confused about what's going on with your local. The politics are just what they are. You know, you're going to have politics are divisive. That's what they do. And when you're trying to do what we're doing, politics can be a burden instead of an asset. And right now, the way it's trying to look, you know, and that's why people are confused. Hey, man, I thought y'all was together. Listen, I'm with the members, 1,000%. And that's all I can say. The political part of it, I'm starting to learn that my position, man, it's more political than I want it to be. And there's some things I do have to do politically. But the one thing I would never do is play politics with people's livelihoods, the way we're trying to take this local, what we're doing, and and the new heights we're reaching, and the things we're doing with the city government and the state government. It's a lot of things you guys just don't know what we're doing because, you know, we're trying to really take this local to places it's never been before, and we're on the right path. And I'm not going to allow the negativity or the slander to stop that from happening. It's just not going to happen. That's why when people were saying, they was calling me about the stuff they were seeing, and, you know, I had one of our members, you know, he was like, man, you know, I can't believe this is happening. And I had to tell him, listen, it doesn't bother me the way people think. It really doesn't. I'm telling you, I think it bothers you guys more than it bothers me. I just don't care because it's so much stuff and so many other things to worry about. So many other things to worry about than what people have to say negatively about us doing the job or doing the right thing. I can't worry about that stuff. And I don't want you guys to worry about it either because it doesn't have an impact on what we plan on doing for the local. All that stuff you hear and see does not have an impact on me or anybody. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter what, you know, what people are saying. All it should matter to you guys is what the local is doing. And if you don't know what the local is doing, let me tell you, If you guys remember, we broke a record again last year. Over $106,000 in grievance payouts. That never happened before. We're getting ready to add 2 new barns to this local. 2 new, brand new. Get ready to negotiate 2 brand new contracts for this local, right? Helping the Amazon workers get a union. That's what we're doing. Helping our members in our community. You know, making sure you guys have food and clothes. People come up to the hall, get food, get whatever you need. You know what I mean? That's what this local is about. All that slander and all that foolishness that you see, listen, the people that handle the business of this local has nothing to do with that. Nothing. Now, you can believe it if you want to, and that's on you. I'm not going to disparage anybody on social media. Everybody has a right to voice their opinion about events. But if you know, you know. And if you want to know, pick up the phone and call me. I'll tell you. I have no problem. You can come down to the hall and I can show you. And that's one thing that I'm just not going to do, regardless of what people say and do. I'm not going to blast them on social media. I'm just not going to do that because the company is looking for that. They are looking for it. And I'm going to give you an example of why I know they're looking for it. January 8th of 2020. We have our first meeting with the Labor Department. You know what the first thing they brought up is about the stuff they saw on social media with some of the internal problems. Well, I ain't gonna say problems, with the internal issues that a certain member was having. You know what I mean? They brought that up. That's the first thing out of their mouth. They are paying attention to see if we're gonna fight against each other, because they know if we're fighting each other, then we don't have enough time to fight them. My focus is to fight this company. I don't care about what people say, what people do, the issues they have with me. I do not care. Got so many other things to do. So, that being said, if you're looking for me to say something on Facebook about what's happening, it ain't gonna happen. It's not going to. I'm not going to ever disparage a brother or sister on Facebook or any social media. Even though what I'm going to be saying, what I could say will be the truth, dog, it's so hurtful and it's so harmful. Who gains from that? Who gains from that by me doing that? I'm feeding the fire, and then guess who burns? The members burn, and guess who wins? The company. I don't want the company to win. I really don't. I just don't. When it comes to fights like this, I don't want them to win, and so I have an obligation to make sure we keep moving forward. The moment I start going back and forth with all the negativity and all the foolishness like that, what am I doing? As your leader, what am I doing when I keep looking back and go back and forth with somebody who's saying total falsehoods? There is an old saying that says, it's best to be thought of as a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. If I go back and argue with stuff what I know is not true, that's not leadership. That's not leadership. That's not me serving the members of 623. So again, you don't have to be confused. You don't have to wonder, man, is the local union falling apart because, everybody, we're running against each other. That's not the case. That's not the case. That's not the case. We are moving forward. We always will move forward. And again, it's just the way it is. I get it. Politics is dirty and it's ugly, but I'm not going to be involved in that. The money is growing. The money is growing. The local is growing. We have more opportunities for participation. For an example, y'all remember in 2019 when we did that bylaw amendment? Well, we already got our contract committee. We're going to have, matter of fact, our first contract committee meeting probably in the springtime. We're going to start trying to prepare for our negotiations with this company right now. We're not going to wait. There's some things in our supplement, man, that needs to be changed. that needs to be changed, and we're going to work on that right now. We're not going to wait. Why wait? When we know there's problems, why wait? Let's come up with a plan now, and that's why we got our contract committee. You know what I mean? That's why we did these things, because we want to be prepared right now. That's why we tell people right now to start saving money just in case we have to go on strike. I'm not saying that we want to go on strike, but we need to be prepared. 2013, what happened? Team care, 4-year progression. 2018, what happened? 22-4. It's supposed to be some fixes on harassment. Look what happened. Both years, our votes just went away. They forced the contract on us. So why not be prepared now for all that foolishness? Why not be ready? And if you save the money and we get a good deal out of it, hey, listen, you can pay some bills, go on vacation, whatever the case may be. But it's irresponsible for me not to tell you guys not to be ready after what the previous 10 years or 2 contracts have shown us. We got to be prepared. We got to be ready. We got to be proactive. Don't wait till stuff happens and then try to come up with a plan after we already down in the mud. How about before we get to that part, let's come up with a plan now, so when it does happen, the bumps and the bruises won't be as bad. But to me, I got to get our members prepared, all right? And that's what we're focused on. Being prepared, being ready, being proactive, engaging our membership. Everything that we've told you when we ran, we've done. There was all this foolishness about the cars and the money and all this stuff. Dude, the cars are back. We took a pay cut. Guys, any questions you guys need to know, just call me, man. Just call me. Listen, the optics do look bad. And I understand that. And I can't deny that. But don't be confused with slander, bad politics, with what's really going on. That's what I want you guys to understand. Don't ever be confused with what the job we're doing. The job is being done. Some things that, listen, the job is being done. We have the $16.50 grievance that has been put in. There is just no way that this local union will agree with one shift getting $16.50. Everybody being brought up to $16.50. That's not at $16.50. That agreement was put in and it's going to panel in April. We're fighting it all. Listen, the sleeper department, there's some things going on there now. There's going to be a Zoom meeting for our sleeper department here coming up real soon. There's some things that we're trying to get squared away. So everybody will be on the same page. Again, everything that's going on, you guys will know it. I'm telling you, everything that's happening, you know. Now, I will say that there's certain people who I know that want to take this information and use it for their own political benefit and try to stop us from doing it. That's why certain things I don't put out until the last moment, because there's some people who just, man, they just don't want to do right. They just don't want to do right. And I know that. And so I'm not going to put the membership in harm's way because of people don't want to do right. My guys will tell you, I have a hard time fighting against my own people. But I'm starting to understand that, I don't have to fight them, per se. But I do have to address certain things when, like right now, some of our members are confused. And I don't want you guys to be confused. There's nothing to be confused about. This local union, the people that handle the business of the local union and the operations, all of us are on the same page. We're not into the whole slander. I'm not going to embarrass this local. From what I've been hearing, that was the stuff that was being said. It was embarrassing, and that's not what we're about. There used to be a time where the 623 was a laughing stock of the Teamsters because of that kind of behavior. Now it's not. People know we mean business. We don't play around. We come to fight and we come to win. That's our mission. We don't play. We come to fight and we come to win. Bottom line. That's it. And I can assure you that's what our mission will always be. It's the members union. They put us here to fight and to win. We're not going to win all the time, but I can guarantee you, we're going to fight every single time. It's just the way it is. We had a meeting, myself and Tiny had a meeting on last Monday, the 22nd, about some issues that's been going on in our local when it comes to our members being harassed and intimidated by these managers. And we told the company what we plan on doing to address it. We still may have to. I'm still waiting. Now, I've been getting some good information, some good intel about what they plan on doing, but I'm not totally satisfied yet. And if it's not done soon, we're going to go on with our plans. And then whatever happened to the company after that, and listen, that's on them. But we will not allow our members to be bullied and intimidated and all this other kind of stuff. I hate bullies. I hate bullies. I hate bullies. I hate bullies. I think there's a special place in the underworld for bullies. As my cousin would say, a hot rock in a cool spot. There's a special place for bullies. I can't stand them. I just don't like them. Y'all pray for me with that. I just don't care for them. Especially hardworking people. Man, that bothers me, man. That really bothers me, because everybody deserves dignity. Everybody deserves respect, especially if you're working in a job like UPS, hard labor. You're putting up with a lot of foolishness from the boss. You should not be disrespected by anybody. And this is on both sides, company and union. I just don't like bullies, man. I don't care for them at all. I just don't like them. And y'all pray for me with that, man. I ask God to work on me on that, man. I just there is really, it's hard for me to forgive people like that. It is, man, because you're imposing yourself on somebody like you better than somebody, and because of your title or your position or whatever. No, you a man or you a woman just like us, man. You put your pants on and shoes on just like we do. You're not better than me, and I'm not better than you. And I deserve respect. Our members deserve respect. And we're going to fight that they continue to get dignity and respect, because all labor has dignity. And I'm a firm believer in that. And whenever you try to impose your will on people and bully people, then we're going to have a problem with 623. And again, we're going to go all the way with this. I'm still waiting for the company. Like I said, it seems like they're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? But again, if not, then it's on them what happens after that. That's on them, because we told them. We told them what we are willing to do and what we will do. And we will do it if they don't do what they're supposed to do. Now, again, I'll give them credit. It seems like they're moving in the direction that we need them to move in. But the clock is ticking. Time is ticking. And so we'll see. We'll see. So again, guys, don't be confused. All right? Don't be confused about what's going on. I get it. When you got the ballot, some of y'all was like, hey, man, what's going on here? What's happening? Don't be confused. All right? Don't be confused. I can't go into the whole, like I said, political thing, because I'm on the clock and I can't tell you guys who to vote for. But please vote. Vote for ownership of your union. Vote. It belongs to you. It don't belong to anybody running. It don't belong to anybody in office. It belongs to you. If you want a chance at victory, if you want a chance at ownership, if you want a chance at dignity, if you want a chance at respect, if you're tired of feeling like, man, you're paying dues and nothing has happened, then vote about it. Vote about it. Please vote about it. Don't let the fact that, man, I voted and this happened and this is what they did to me, and vote. Those guys can be replaced, and they should be replaced. And we need to work on replacing them, but you got to vote. You got to vote. You have got to vote. But there's one thing I talked about on Sunday that needs to be talked about. It's about representation. Representation matters. It really does. From bottom up, top, bottom, middle out. It matters. And, we was talking about this on Sunday, and I want to bring it up to you guys, and I want you guys to think about what I'm about to say. because representation matters. You can't have a union that's for and by the people if it's not represented by all of the people. Representation matters. And I'm going to give you 3 names. And I want you guys to listen to what I'm about to tell you. Albert Mixon, Roma Lois, Sean O'Brien. Those 3 names. Now, all 3 of them were have done some things in their career that got them charges brought up on them, right? One of them got pretty much thrown out of the union. One served a 2-year suspension, and now they're trying to get him back in the union. And the other one, they're telling us that we have to vote for general president of the Teamsters. That's a problem. It should be equitable to all people. And so I'm actually going to, and this is the first time I'm announcing this, there's only a couple of people that know this. I am going to write an amendment to the Constitution that if you are a member, officer, and you have been suspended through thorough investigation and factual, information, if you have been brought up on charges by the RRB, the IBT, if you have been found guilty, again, these charges have to be legit. They can't be made up, have to be factual. If you have been in any way brought up on charges, suspended, whatever the case may be, then you are disqualified from running for any international office. I'm sending that to the general. I'm sending it to Hoffa, whoever is in charge of the committee for amendments. I'm sending it to them because this is a bad look. This is not representation. This is just politics. Because if an African American can be suspended with his head down and he gets kicked out, but you got 2 Caucasian leaders, they continue to hold their positions and you keep fighting for them. And now you're telling us that we have to vote for one of them to be general president. That's bad representation. So what you're telling your members is it's okay to be a certain race or a certain color, and you can make these mistakes, and you can make these problems, and you can force contracts on people, and you can do all these things and bully and intimidate people and all this other kind of stuff because you still can be general president. But if you look like me, or if you're a woman, you get kicked out of the union. That's a problem. That's bad representation, and it needs to be fixed. So I'm sending that amendment to the committee because it needs to be in there that the Teamsters will not allow this kind of behavior from its leaders. It has to be in there because what are we saying to the company? We say, don't harass us, don't bully us, but then we allow our own people, our own officers to do it, and then you're telling us to vote for him for general president. That's a bad representation. That's bad politics, and that is why a lot of people don't vote. Because there's a divide, there's a cultural divide, there's a bridge that nobody wants to cross, but we got to start having these conversations. If we are to beat our enemies externally, we got to focus on our enemies internally. We can't beat UPS and Amazon and all these other companies until we fix these issues. You can't. We just can't do that because if I'm one of these companies, the first thing I'm doing is putting up on the screen of how our leaders treat their own members. And I'm looking at all these workers in their face. Do you want to be treated like this by the people you paying? They force contracts on you, right? They bully you, they intimidate you. Do you want to be in a union like that? And that's how I would, if I'm in these companies, that's what I would do. That's exactly what I would do. Because it's factual and it's truth. What we have to do as Teamsters is set the standard. We will not allow our members You said, do I think people who have been in prison should be disqualified? No, I don't think that's No, I don't think that. What I'm saying is if our governing body, if the appointing authority says that, hey, you have been found guilty for, doing this, and this to the membership, then boom, no, you are disqualified for being international. Now listen, brother, listen. I'm not saying they can't be the leader of their local or even their joint council. But I think we send a bad message when we're saying we want everybody across the country to vote for somebody who has done this to people. I think that's a bad message that I think needs to be rectified, because it's not fair that certain people get thrown out of the union, but certain people don't. Wrong is wrong, right is right. You know what I mean? What's up, Kyle? Wrong is wrong, right is right. Let's do right. If I get thrown out of the union for harming the members, then anybody that has done the same thing I've done should be thrown out of the union as well. Can't have it both ways, because we're sending the wrong message to our members when we do stuff like that. And I think that needs to be changed. And that's why we're gonna make this. We're gonna send that to the Constitution Committee. And I want to see how they vote on this thing. That's going to tell the tale of a lot of things on how they vote. Because what you're saying is, I can do these wrong things and still reap the benefits of being in leadership, knowing that I'll harm my members. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's right. Because if I can't do it, if a female can't do it, then they shouldn't be able to do it either. Just the way it is. And we need to look at that. We need to explore that. Now, listen, I understand this is a touchy, subject, but it has to be addressed. We can't keep dancing around this, because it's a barrier that I believe is the reason why a lot of our members don't get involved, because they're not represented. There's no representation, there's no relationship. There's no relational representation. The culture is different. Actually, Cal, we actually got a meeting set up with them guys and went out to Bob Cowie last night. He's last night when we talked to him, he was under anesthesia, so he's going to get back with it this morning. We don't like it, man. We don't like it at all. I mean, even though it's affecting the whole country is going along with it. Well, I won't say going along with it. Even though it's happening throughout the whole country, we got to get some language like other people have to protect our sleeper guys, and that's already in the works. And there's actually, Kyle, if you're still listening, man, we got a Zoom meeting getting ready to be scheduled to let you know the next steps for what we plan on doing. All right, that is going to be happening probably in the next couple of days. That link will be sent out. So any questions, concerns, talk to the guys up there. We're going to be sending out an email and a blast text to those guys to let them know, hey, listen, this is when the meeting's going to be. Make sure you're there so we can talk about it and address those changes. So I got to do a commercial break. But guys, listen, you listen to South Philadelphia Community Radio, WOOM 92.9, giving you another edition of the 623 radio show. Yeah, and that's the thing, Cal. It's some people like it, some people don't, and I can understand both. But we do have to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So if something, like for an example, like there is some agreements that people have where, if it doesn't change within the time frame, then they're rebid and all these things like that. So we just want to make sure that all of us are on the same page, because I don't want it to become a problem where, like you're saying, something that you like, somebody else don't like, and then they get screwed. So we got to make sure that everybody's on the same page when it comes to this type of thing. That's the main thing. You know what I mean? Because, we've been hearing some good things that people do like it, but then there is some people who don't. And so we try to get everybody, the people who do and the people who don't like it, somewhat on the same page, So if something happens, at least they know why it's happening. And so that Zoom meeting is going to be happening real soon. Like I said, Bob Cowie is supposed to reach out to us today to go over more in detail about what's going on with it.
For more information, visit cdc.gov.
Wearing a mask helps prevent the spread of COVID-19. You should wear a mask when you are out in public or anytime you are around someone who does not live in your household. If you are sick and interacting with others at home, and when you are caring for someone sick at home. Masks should not be worn by children under age 2, anyone who has trouble breathing, or anyone who can't take off the
They
mask
did, man.
without help from
They
another
did.
person.
Cal, they did,
To
dude.
learn more, visit cdc.gov/coronavirus. You are chattering. Great time.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to South Philadelphia Community Radio, WOOM 92.9, giving you another edition of the 623 show. So again, everybody, the company is trying to get our members on higher priority for the vaccine. I was on a call with them yesterday, and I think that, they're waiting for the governors to make that decision, but I think they're going to really push this thing for the members to get it, because again, it doesn't make any sense for the membership to be delivering and sorting these vaccines and then not being able to go and get it. That's ugly. That's bad. So again, confusion. There was some confusion about what's going on with our delegate election, because, hey, Hooker, you guys ran together. What's going on? Listen, you guys do not have to be confused. Listen, like I said before, the people that handle the business of this local, the local that you own, the local that belongs to you, the local that serves you, the people that handle all those situations, we're on the same page. The slander, the negativity, listen, it's political. I get it. The optics doesn't look good. I get all that. But again, if you guys know me, you know I'm not all about that negativity. Truthful facts, principled politics is all I can give you guys. That's all I can give you. Now, the nature of my job is political, but I try to be as as unpolitical as if that's even a word. I try not to, get into it as much as I possibly can, because I just hate it, man. I do. And what you guys have been seeing is the reason why I hate it. You know what I mean? Listen, everybody has a right to run, and I encourage people to run because it promotes democracy. And listen, but I'm not going back and forth with anybody. I'm just not. And I gotta find this message that I want you guys to read, man, that I got from one of our members. I don't know if I can read it while I'm on this live, but the gist of it was this. He's saying, "Hey, Hooker, thank you guys for doing what you've been doing. You guys, you made the right decisions during our pandemic, and you guys are continuing to do the right thing. And what I might do is take a screenshot of it so you guys can see the reason why I'm just not going to get back and forth with the politics. And this person did not vote for us to get in office, right? He didn't vote for us. He's a driver. He didn't vote for us to get in office. But because of the work we've been doing, now he understands, okay, these guys are doing their job. But it was the last 3 words of that text message that he sent me that is the main reason why I don't care about all the negativity. And these are those 3 words at the end of that text message. And this is a person who didn't vote for us for office. They didn't. He said, "We back you. We back you." Not I back you, but we back you. That's why I'm not going back and forth with the slander and the negativity and all that foolishness. Because that's not who 623 is anymore. That's not what we do. And anybody that has a problem with that, then I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know, because I'm not going to keep reaching back and saying, oh man, they said this. Oh man, they saying that. So what? Let them talk. I don't care. Why should you? But I don't want you guys to be confused. Even though it looks like the e-board is divided, but that's not the case. That's not the case. Because if we were divided, then we wouldn't have got you guys $106,000 in grievance payment. If we were divided, then we wouldn't have been able to get Greyhound the best contract they ever had. If we were divided, then you guys wouldn't be seeing us in the buildings as much as you see. If we were divided, then we wouldn't be getting ready to add these 2 new barns. If we were divided, then all these great things were happening. The app, the website, the money growing. Those things don't come from division. They come from people who have the same vision, the same plan, and the same goal. So we're not divided. Now, in politics, that's something totally different. Now, I can't speak for, all that kind of stuff. But what I can speak for is the work that we're doing. And you guys see the work. You guys see the work. And you're going to continue to see the work. We're going to continue to fight the company. We're going to continue to protect and serve our membership. It's just the bottom line. And I know later on, I'm going to get a text message, a screenshot from these guys. Somebody going to say something crazy and, oh, man, which is fine. This is just a part of, you cannot be in leadership and expect people not to come after you. It's just a part. And if you're doing the job correctly, pay attention to what they're saying. Pay attention to what they're saying. Nothing about the job we're doing. Nothing about the over $100,000 in the grievance money. Nothing about organizing the 2 new barns. Nothing about the information being at a moment's notice. Nothing about fighting the company. Because that does not matter to them. What matters to them is that we got to try to make that movement look bad. Because if we can cast doubt, then somehow, some way, we making finagle a way to get in there. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We're going to continue to do the job. We're going to continue to do the work, and we're going to keep doing it right. So again, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Don't be confused when you get your ballot. Please vote. Vote for ownership. Vote for. Just vote. Please vote. I want the right people to be on the ballot, and we need to vote. We need to vote. Don't sit it on top of your refrigerator. Don't sit it on the table, but vote. Please vote. Vote, vote, vote. The ballot count will be March 23rd. And a shout out to everybody across the country that has already won their delegate election. Kudos to you. But make sure you vote. Please vote. And again, it's political season. Be aware of politicians. All right, beware of politicians. They're going to tell you everything they want to tell you. And everything that sounds good. All I'm going to tell you is this. Vote. Vote for ownership of your union. If you're tired of, if you are tired of other people owning it and you paying for it, vote like it. All right. So again, I'm going to get ready and get out of here soon. Probably in another 5 minutes or so. About 5-10 minutes. But again, we need you guys to get your ballot, mail it in. Can't tell you who to vote for because I'm on the clock. But I can tell you to vote. Please vote. Make sure your coworkers vote. Tell them, hey, did you make your ballot in? Just vote. But again, you don't have to be confused about what's going on in 623. You don't have to be confused about it. I know you get the ballot, you're like, oh my God, what happened? I told you what happened. Listen, don't be confused. Don't let that stop you from voting. That's the wrong thing. That's the wrong thing that need to happen. Vote. Please vote. Because this is the thing. If you don't vote, who wins? You don't win. Your coworkers don't win. The leaders don't win. The company does. The company does. And we need to vote. So please vote. Please tell your coworkers to vote. I'll let you know the traction that I get when I send this Constitution Amendment in, because I want I want the proper I want to send the right message to our members, man. I do, and representation matters. I'm gonna say this again. You can't have a union formed by the people if it's not represented by all of the people. And when certain people can get away with certain things and other people can't, then that's the wrong representational message. And we need to change that. So I'm gonna send this amendment in to the Constitution Committee. I gotta send it in at least 30 days before I believe the convention is held. So I'm actually working on it now. Things got to change, man. Things got to change, and we need that. We need that change now. And I'm interested to see on how the Constitution Committee and everybody involved. I want to know how they're going to vote. That will be a telling tale of where this international union is going, on how they vote for this amendment. I want to see where we're going with this, because if anybody vote no to this amendment, then that's gonna say a lot to our members. That's gonna say a lot to the people that's gonna be voting, because I'm telling you, it's a hot topic. People don't talk about it, but trust me, there's a lot of conversations I'm having about, hey man, Hooker, I bet if this was this and that was that, this won't be happening. Look what they did to Al Mixon, and look what's going on with Loris and O'Brien. Oh, man, this ain't right. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what the powers that be say, and I'm gonna be paying attention on how they vote on this. I am. I'm gonna send it to them, and I want to know how they vote. And I think every Teamster, when they get their ballot, that should be in your mind. Like, hold on a minute, they voted this way for that? Okay, I got you. And we'll see. But I'm very interested to see this. All right, good people. I'm gonna get out of here. God bless. Don't forget, when you get your ballot, please vote. Send it in. Don't sit it down. Vote. Tell your coworkers, anybody that loads your truck, anybody that unloads the truck that you're back on to get. Listen. Tell them to vote. The ballots are out. We haven't really gotten too many back for, undeliverables. So please vote. Don't be confused about the ballot. I understand what it looks like, but what it looks like is not what's happening. I'll tell you that. What it looks like is not what's happening. I'm telling you, any questions, any concerns, call me. If you want to know, hey, Hooker, man, I need to know some more details. I'll tell you. But what I'm not going to do is put it out on social media and disparage anybody, because that only doesn't serve the membership at all. Again, if you want to call, we can talk about it. I can show you the documentation. I can show you everything. But what I'm not going to do is embarrass these people, because they still my brothers. Still love them. Still be praying for them. And I'm not going to disparage them in any way, because regardless of what they say and what they do, and it's on international level too, we're going to need everybody to win against these companies and Amazon. So I'm not going to hold any grudges. Again, there was somebody said something a couple of weeks ago that was like, oh man, there was some issues before from the very beginning, listen, guys, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Ever since June 18 of 2018, I just don't care about what people say about me or what the negativity. I just don't care. That day changed my whole life. It just did. And some of you guys know about that, with my wife and her health and certain things that was going on. I just don't care. It's too many other things to worry about than what people saying and what people doing. The slander, the negativity, I don't care. I know it said, Hooker, man, it don't look bad. Again, I do not care. I got a one-track mind, and that's the membership. If it's not promoting, uplifting, serving, leading the members, then I just don't care. I really don't care, guys. I know it looks bad. I heard about what was being said, and I told people I don't want to hear about it, and I got the message and I got the phone calls about saying, man, Hooker, we got your back, and we appreciate that. But again, I do not care. I don't, man. 6/18/18 changed my whole perspective on leadership, on life in general. So I just really, I don't care. Long as the people don't attack, the people I have working for me and, my family, I really don't care. You can say what you want to say about me. Man, when I tell you I don't care, I really don't care. I got a job to do, and we're going to continue to do the job. So again, guys, I appreciate you. Don't forget, get your ballot, mail it in. I'm going to let you guys know about this traction of this Constitution Amendment that I plan on sending in. I really want people to really, really open up their eyes to this thing, man. We need to really be careful of the people we elect. Representation matters, not just about race or cultural. It matters in integrity and character. It matters in how other unions and how other companies and how our own members see us as Teamsters. That matters. It really, really matters. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? We need to send the right message to our members, to our the employers, to other unions, that there's some things that the Teamsters will not allow. Because if you allow it for this person, and then you don't allow it for that person, then what are you saying? All right. So again, I'll let you know how that works out. Get your ballot, mail it back in. I love you guys. Continue to pray for us. I'm praying for y'all. I love you guys. We're going to continue to fight. Again, don't be confused. There's nothing to be confused about. Don't let that negativity and all that slander stop you from voting. Any questions, any concerns, you got my number. You know where I work at. You see me in the buildings. Put me to the side and say, Hooker, man, what's up? Talk to me. And I'll tell you. I have no problem telling you face to face. But what I will not do is put it out here online. Because again, our very first meeting with the company last year, January the 8th, 2020, they didn't bring up, hey, Hooker, about this grievance or this problem. They brought up? They brought up the fact of what they saw on social media about what was going on our e-board. That was the first thing out of their mouth. Because they know the only way to win is to create some type of division. That's why I'm addressing this confusion today, because once people are confused, you let it linger long enough, then they become, then it becomes divisive. And I don't want that. We can't afford that. We work too hard to get to this point to let negativity and slander stop our movement. All right. So again, I love you. God bless. Appreciate you guys. Call us. We'll be in the buildings. You'll see us again today, and tonight and tomorrow and the next day and the day after that. We're going to keep fighting. So again, mail your ballots in. I'll talk to you. See you soon. God bless. 623.